How's everybody going? Some juice in
Just
this
talking
room.
about you.
Yeah, that's what I said.
So
I
what
did not hear.
was? Yeah, what was that
We
speech?
want the pregame.
That was the first time that
Oh man, yeah, nah, that's just pregame speeches. That's just all from the heart, man, and that's all. Seeing how the guys work and being around them for as long as I have, I feel like on a team, especially a team like this, it's always a lot of things you can do besides actually being on the field that can help contribute and go forward to you getting to the goal you want to reach. So just for me to be able to do that, no matter what it is, no matter how it is, that's just another blessing for me to have in this role and on this team.
So what was the theme of it?
It's time to go to work. It was kind of like Black Friday. So it was just kind of like a Black Friday feel to the speech. You know what I mean? Normally when you hear the Black Friday, it's like crazy, chaotic. Everybody's all over the place. People taking things, and that's kind of just what I told them. We finna come in here and we finna make it Black Friday for us on the football field. We coming in, we taking it home, we taking the game, we taking everything.
Jeff, how have you been, selfless this season? Because, you start off injured. Raheem is now on pace to get 1,000 yards. You saw what H.A.N. was doing with the long runs. Like, what were you thinking about your role on the team? And like you say, it's about doing stuff when you're not on the field. Like, how do you maintain that when these other two dudes are going off?
It's not about me. Like I said, when you have dreams and you have aspirations to get to a special place, you have to be selfless. And, those guys are like my brothers, so it's not like, you know what I mean, I'm jealous and envy of them. I'm actually happy for them, especially like Raheem. Everybody knows our story. We've been together for so long, and to see his journey and how it's been to be cut and left alone and told you're not good enough so many times, and now to be one of the best backs in the league this year, that just says testament to him, and I couldn't be more proud of him, especially A-Chain. I seen him when he was first coming in. He's an electric guy. It's hard to keep off the field, so it's not like it's hard not to be. These are guys are in the same room with me, same team, and not only that, they really like my brothers, so it makes me happy to see them go off, and it just makes me want to be a part of it.
And you had a good game. I mean, 11 for 56.
Yeah.
That's how do you view that game? That a winning effort. You ran physically.
Yeah.
How do you view your game as how it fits in with the running back room now?
I love it. You know what I mean? And like I said, any way I contribute, it's always going to be a plus. Like I said, this is a very, very, very special team, and and they're on the verge of doing very special things. So just to be in that car ride and have a seat in that car on that bus with a seatbelt that I can safely buckle myself up in, you know what I mean? There's no greater feeling. So.
You heard us talking with Alec a minute ago about the idea of becoming known for more than just finesse, for power. That's something that we talked about with you dating to the last year, how you run with power. How much do you want to see this team, use that power and physicality?
Oh, a lot, especially with the explosive guys we got on our team. It's kind of hard. I mean, not hard. It's kind of easy to ignore, overlook those things because, I mean, you got Tyreek on one side, you got Wilder on one side, you got Tua in the backfield. I mean, you got guys everywhere, and these guys make tremendous, rememberable plays, remarkable plays on the field. So, it's kind of hard to sometimes to see down and see the nitty-gritty and the stuff that goes on kind of like under the surface of the whole ordeal. But to know that we got that and it's in us and like running hard and physical, that's been my style. That's been my way ever since I started playing football when I was 5 years old. That was kind of like my father's motto. You know what I mean? You take no prisoners, and you go out there. When you run, you try to take a man's will, and that's always something that I've always tried to do, and it's something that's always been like a separation to my game. So to have the physical part, you definitely going to need it going into the stretch we're going into and playing the teams that we're about to face. So it's definitely going to be something that's going to be needed.
How much does it bother you that you guys, Mike McDaniel doesn't call plays for the running backs on third and short?
Yeah.
He'd rather pass ball. Obviously, a lot of talent in the passing game, but it's kind of got to be a chip on.
I mean, definitely, it's clearly. I mean, I would be like not telling the truth if I would say it wasn't a little frustrated. But how can you be frustrated when you got a guy you can throw a 1 yard pass to and it could turn into a 70-yard touchdown. So you know it's kind of those things you just gotta, you know what I mean, live with it. You know what I mean. Sometimes we're gonna get it, sometimes we're not. But regardless, I know even if it's us getting the ball or him getting the ball, whatever the situation is, I know it's probably the best situation for us at that time. So it's just up to execute and keep playing ball.
Have you gone to Mike and say, hey, not give me the damn ball, but give me the damn ball?
Oh yeah, I mean, shoot, once you playing ball in the game, I mean, everybody wants it at that time. I mean, you'll be, I don't know what kind of player that you are if you don't want the ball in those situations, especially when that's like your job description and what you do. But like at the same time, like I said, when you got guys like that electric on the outside, they can take 1 yard and take it 60, 70 and make it one of the most memorable plays in the NFL season. I mean, it's kind of hard not to ignore.
On the topic of those receivers, you talk about their big plays in the passing game. When you watched the game back from Friday, what did you see from them in the blocking element of the game?
Oh, a lot, man. Those guys, like, just to see the growth from the beginning of the year to now, like some of the plays that we post could have made that you seen, oh, if I got this block, and then that's a touchdown block. So to see them get those blocks and to see the urgency of them trying to get to those blocks, that's one thing you love, especially when those guys really don't have to do it. That's something, I mean, yeah, it's asked of them, but if it's something not done, as long as they make their plays, I'm pretty sure it'll be okay. But to see those guys really take that to heart, and, that makes it just much easier for us. That way, when you got a time for us to pass block and they get their ball, shoot, make us easy for us to stand in there and bow our neck.
What makes December games different?
Everything is tighter. Everything is getting closer to that time. So you obviously want to be playing your best football at this time. You obviously want to be everything really has to be on point. And the teams that you're facing, these are potential Super Bowl teams. So it's like if you look at our schedule, you can kind of see that. We got some real good games on there with some real good contenders. And as we keep going, it's not going to get easier, especially when we get into the postseason, getting those playoffs. Those games are going to be the teams we're facing, and it's going to be win or go home. So to kind of get in that mindset already, like right now, in the now, it was still with stuff that we got accomplished and still can accomplish, like through this season, like just can't ready for it.
How much did that 5-game losing streak from last year at this time influence you guys in
See, I was just thinking about that. That was another thing. We know where that was at, and a lot of that we took on in our room because if you go back and look at the stats, it's kind of the run game and everything just kind of went down from that point. So to be conscientious of that and know that, everybody knows that. You know what I mean? To come back off that bye week and the season go the way it went, especially feeling how we were feeling before we went in the bye week. We felt like it was our year then, but things didn't apparently go that way. So as far as the approachment in the meeting rooms and the walkthroughs, the practices, just everything, the whole nine, it just keeps us that more locked in because we know just as good as it going, it can easily go the other way.